kind of Bulbasaur. I know. Charizard. Go! Oh. Venator, bite!
Hello YouTube, Retro Reclaimer here. Obviously, yeah, play Blackpool. This is what this video is all about. I've got a few pickups, plus obviously a bit to say, a gift, and yeah, just a general chat about Blackpool. This is a third Expo I've been to now. I've been to Blackpool 2 years ago, went to Manchester, and obviously Blackpool this time. This was definitely 100% my best experience at the event so far. The other two events were a lot better, as in the Expo itself. There was a lot more variety of consoles and stuff. The atmosphere itself, everything just seemed a lot better. The trade rooms were better. It doesn't seem quite as big this year as it was previous years. But obviously there was a lot of, the first time I went, I didn't really meet anyone. I'd only just started tubing, so I was like, recognised a few faces, and I kept myself to myself. I didn't really stay that long, and yeah, I didn't really make the most of it, to be honest. Second time in Manchester, saw a few people, 3 or 4 people, which was brilliant. And obviously this time, I spent majority of the time with other tubers, so yeah, had loads and loads of fun. Missed out on the Friday, so I didn't come on the Friday as I was visiting family. Really gutted I missed out on that Friday night, so I'm pretty sure I would have really enjoyed myself. Especially with Stu. A bit gutted I couldn't spend a bit more time with him, because he was definitely on it. He would have definitely been a bad influence to me. I know he would. Yeah, gutted I couldn't go out drinking with him. He was saying as well, there was a bit of a plan to meet up by this Egyptian pillar, and everyone is like, what, Egyptian pillar? A few of us were saying, you're not on about Blackpool Tower, are you? But yeah, afterwards, when I was driving away from the event, I saw the big Egyptian pillar, what he was on about. But I don't think many people went out on the Saturday night. A lot of people seem to stay to Norbreck Hotel itself. So I don't know what Stu did. I think he was away. He was probably out on his own. But anyway, so I arrived on the Saturday, came to the venue. I probably got there about 11, 12, so I got there quite late, to be honest. Just because I went through a weird way to get here. Even though I got there late, I still managed to see a few people. I think the first person I saw was Metropolis, and I messaged him when I got there. He came and met us at the bar, had a quick chat with him, and then he was about to go off and then start filming. There won't be any footage. Everyone's already got amazing footage. I was too busy enjoying myself and just seeing it through my own eyes. I didn't want to waste time filming, because I knew that there'd be a lot of footage anyway, so I kind of avoided that. Got myself in a few other videos, so you know, it's all good. I didn't have to film. And yeah, so going off on a tangent, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. Met Matt, went around the venue, bought a few things which I'll show in a minute, and just played a few games. I didn't really play that much. I think the most exciting thing I played was, we don't really talk about it. We talk a lot about meeting other tubers, but not about what we've actually played there. Not that it's interesting, but I was down with the wife, and we played Mario Soccer, I think it's called, on the N64, and it was brilliant. Really good game. Majority of the games there, a lot of people have back at home, especially collectors who go for these full sets, and so you're not that interested about playing these games. But that game was a game I've never heard of or played, and yeah, it was brilliant. And so that's probably something I'll look for in the future now. It was pretty brutal. Like, there's no fouls or anything, and there's a button literally just to shoulder barge into people, so it was pretty fun. Different than your typical FIFA game, obviously. and there was a couple of other games I played. I'll not go too deep into it. Later on the Saturday, we then met up in the bar. Everyone seems to come out of the event at this point. I came out a bit early because I had to go and sort my hotel out. Ended up having to change hotels. Basically, got in one room. Wasn't what I asked for. It was a standard room. I ordered a double executive with spa, which to me means a big room with a lot more space than your typical room and a big jacuzzi in the end. Got put in a standard room. Came back down, complained, said, "Well, this is not my room. Give me keys for another room." I then went back up. Same again, a little dingy room. Opened the door to the ensuite, and it was just a bath with a few jets in. It was a joke. I've never really stayed in a hotel before and thought, oh, I can't stay there. Ended up going for another room. This is a third room they gave us. Supposed to be one of the better rooms with a sea view. And we got into the room, looked out the window, all I could see was another hotel. Unless I looked at an angle like this and I could just see the sea down there. Not that the sea was brilliant to look at. I mean, it's dark anyway. It's just dirty. But yeah, so I had quite a lot of problems with the hotel, which was a bit of a shame because it took away a good hour or so that I could have spent at the event. But all that got sorted anyway. I ended up getting another hotel, which was really nice. Got my money back, obviously, from that one. Came back over to meet everyone, and we was all sat in the bar, had a couple of drinks, started talking to a few different people. I was going to stay away from names because there was a lot of new faces. Pretty much everyone was a new face I met. So I know there was Metropolis was obviously the first person I met. Kieran, Game Boys were awesome. Who else was there? Pete. I've only just recently started watching his channel, but yeah, he obviously puts a lot of work into his channel. Brilliant guy, Dreamcast fan. So yeah, got on really well with him. Everyone, I know everyone's already said, but everyone is so chilled and so approachable, and I mean it is a bit when you first see someone and you obviously you recognise them from the videos, or you've even spoke to them for the last few months, but you've never seen them in person before. So you walk up to, you walk up to someone and it's like, that's that Game Boys are awesome. That's Kieran, that isn't it? But they never look at what you do on the video, which is pretty weird. And so it can be a bit frightening going up to these people and talking to them. But obviously everyone was already getting on so well as a group, and I remember I came and sat down. At first I'm not really that shy anyway, I can pretty much talk to anyone. But at first it was a little bit, this is a bit big. It seemed as though everyone knew each other and was getting on, and then I'm this guy on the side that comes and sits in and just like crashes the party. But no one made anyone feel uncomfortable. I don't think there's anyone who felt uncomfortable. You sit down with this group and straight away hey, you're right, and everyone's coming to meet you. They make you feel part of the group. So it was fantastic, and I think we're very, very lucky to have such a good community with the tubers themselves. I don't think there's one bad tuber amongst us. I don't think there's anyone who everyone dislikes or anything. So it's just brilliant. It's brilliant for everyone to be able to meet up like this, from doing videos back home to then come to a venue, which it is a play expo. It is something we all sort of enjoy, but then to meet up at this expo, it's fantastic. I've put it off a few times in the past, but I don't think I'll ever do that again. I had a really, really good time. So did the wife as well. She's not as much as into games as typical tuber like us. She'd rather colour in a book or watch bloody Coronation Street. But she has always had loads of fun with it as well. Um, I'm waffling on a bit again, but it's kind of what this video is, I guess. Um, After we met everyone there, we then went for some food. Not everyone went. There was 10 of us. Um, I couldn't probably. I'll try and go around the table now and name everyone. So there was myself, the wife, Mrs. Retro Reclaimer. I think she's going to be known as from now on. So that's what we'll call her, Mrs. Retro Reclaimer. There was Kieran, Game Boys Are Awesome. Peter Dickinson, who was brilliant. He was, he was the light of the table. So he was a little bit drunk than everyone else, I think, but he was brilliant. He made everyone laugh countless times on that table. Um, Eating the cake especially, that was just immense. It was just, Pete, do this. Okay, boom, straight into it. He wouldn't even question it. Then next to Pete, we had, who was there? It's really hard to remember. I should have wrote this down. There was Metropolis. There was someone next to Metropolis, but I can't picture who it was. Metropolis. There was Pete on a retro tip, and then there was a few people who had. So Shock 16 was there. I've never met him before. Again, he's another one I've recently just started watching his videos. And then the two Welsh guys. One was called Aidan. He's not big, but like built big. That come out wrong. The big Welsh guy with the beard, and then there was another one that, fortunately, I can't remember names. Another Welsh guy. I've never watched their channels before, but I'm gonna look through and find them, and I'll definitely sub to them and watch them. Everyone at that table was brilliant. Everyone was really, really, really fun. So obviously we had a big meal. I don't think there's one point where it was, a bit weird or silent, or it was just laughter from start to finish. The food was fantastic. The waiter was incredible. He'd come and order 10 drinks plus food from us all. He wouldn't write anything down, and he'd bugger off, come back, and he'd hand them out. It's like, Coke, yeah, that's yours, that's yours. He wouldn't ask us. He knew it was. I think he was a Jedi. He must have been. He was using the Force. But yeah, that was brilliant. We then went back to Norbreck. I think I stayed there for an hour or so, and then a few people was leaving. Peter Dickinson and Game Boys Are Awesome left, but I think they came back later. And it was about midnight, so I thought, yeah, let's call it a day. We had another event to go to the day after, so we went back to the hotel. We came back in the morning, very briefly, spoke to a few people. I think I bought another game or something, and then left. We had to leave. We would have stayed, but we had to leave because we had to pick our son up. We couldn't abandon him as much as we'd want to. We then went back into. So I was in Blackburn at the time, so I was only like 20-30 minutes away from Blackpool. Went back further to Burnley, to Turf Moor, the football ground, where they had a Star Wars Fun Day, and it was run by 99 Regiment, who were a part of the big Star Wars 501st Legion. Costumes, I'll put some pictures up here. If nothing appears up here, then it's because I couldn't do it and I was shit. I'm gonna try and get some pictures somewhere. They'll be somewhere. It was absolutely fantastic. That was something more for Oscar, who's my son, but I obviously loved it as well. Managed to get signature autographs from Kenny Baker, who plays R2D2. There was a few other actors there, like sort of C-listers, and there was a few stalls selling stuff, but it was either stuff that you'd find in Tesco at the moment, or it was really old stuff from back in the 70s or however early it was. You're talking a little sealed figurine for £50 or something. So I didn't really buy anything. I don't know if any of you are in Star Wars, but it was fantastic. I'd probably definitely go again. Oscar absolutely loved it, as you can see with the pictures. He was in his element. Um, and yeah, my weekend didn't stop there. I had more to do. I'm kind of going past all the gaming parts, so I'll not mention anymore. But I had a fantastic weekend, and then come back down here to work, back to reality. Um, okay, so all the pickups then. I'm going to start with a gift, which you'll have seen at the start of the video. This was from Kieran. Game Boys are awesome. He just pulled it out of the bag and said, you know, do you want this? He knows I'm into Pokemon, and so gave me this. I was looking at something actually which was a bit weird, which perhaps someone might be able to answer for me. So if you read up here, you're probably not going to see that. I'll hold it there for a bit. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. If not, I'll read it off to you anyway. It basically says, the Go Pack is not authorised by Nintendo, Toei Animation or Lucasfilm Limited to use the trademarks Pokemon, Magic, The Gathering or Star Wars. So I don't know what it's saying about Lucasfilm Limited. Why is that on there? You've got Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z and Digimon, which I think it's its main intended use. But yeah, Lucasfilm Limited is obviously Star Wars, so I was a bit... I don't know, I don't really understand. I've opened it up obviously, just because I thought I'd sort of show it. So I think I've got a few of these. Bought them from a car boot, and I think I picked up like 5 or 6 or so. It was probably cool back in the day. I mean, if you was a Pokemon fan, it's somewhere you can keep your cards. You got a little button here on the side, so you've got to push them all in, press this button, and out pops the card. There's the same card I got earlier, and yeah, you just keep doing that till your cards come out. I mean, it's probably going to take a while, but when you're actually playing the game, there's only, you know, you draw one card, and it's, I guess it is pretty cool. But yeah, that was awesome. I mean, for anyone just to come and say here, that I thought, you know, it's a thought, isn't it? It's brilliant. But like I said, that's the community we've got. It's amazing. Pickups. It's usually, the stalls there wasn't amazing, and there's usually quite. This is going to go cold. It's quite limited, or not even just limited. It's really expensive, so a lot of people seem to stay away and just pick up stuff that they've been searching for. I was looking for Digimon 2, which I was hoping was PAL, but there's no such thing. But I was, you know, seeing if it was there for the US. But yeah, it's quite a rare game, to be honest, so it's going to have to be an eBay one, but I mean, I've downloaded it anyway, so I can play it on a laptop. I wasn't really looking for anything else in particular. I just thought if I see something that's quite cheap and it's, you know, sparks an interest, I'll get it. So the first one then, I bought every one of these, I think, from Console Passion, because that was the only one with, you know, decent prices. Some of the others were pretty ridiculous, but they have been in recent years as well, the past few expos. So another Game Boy game to add to the collection. This is Star Wars. It doesn't have, it's got the manual and game and everything. It just doesn't have the inner tray, but I can easily get one of those. I'll just buy a crappy game with one in, and I'll steal it from that. All the prices are on. I'll show you what I've paid for that. So that's 16 there. The wife actually found this and put that behind the counter and said, oh, I picked you something. So she picked me that, which was brilliant. Never played it. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not too much of a Game Boy fan. Usually just play Pokemon, but yeah, can't wait to give it a go. Okay, another one I picked up was, this is a PS1 game, Rainbow Six. Absolutely brilliant game. I used to love this when I was younger. I think you get like 3 or 4 characters. You've got to start them on a map. You pick where they start, and you'll storm like a building or something. So you send them in through different directions, and you control one character at the time. So you'll take one through the roof, do a little bit and then swap characters. So we used to use that as a sort of multiplayer. So we'd have a character each, me and my brothers. So that's what I kind of got that for, so I can start playing that again with them. That was £4, if you can see that. I think all these were boxed, good condition. The Dreamcast games and the PS1 games, obviously the cases used a break, but they're all in perfect nick, which is brilliant. Toy Racer. Okay, this is a game I never owned, but I had the demo and I really enjoyed the demo from what I can remember. So yeah, I look forward to giving this a go. That was £7. So I probably spent a bit more than, I've not got bargains or anything. I've just seen a few things and thought, yeah, I'd get them. Army Men Soldiers Heroes. I don't know if I've played this before, but I used to love the Army Men games. Obviously as a child, that was £10. So yeah, I'm paying quite a bit for some of these. And yeah, I'm hoping it is what I think it is. And hopefully I'll bowl a lot of fun on that. N64 game, I seen this just because the box was in really good condition. I've never played the game, but I do need a few more N64 games in the collection, so I thought I'd pick that up. £16 again. I spent a bit of money there, but I'm not too fussed how much money I spend on these games because I know I'm gonna get the enjoyment out of them. And then I got a few Xbox games. So Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy, fantastic game. This was on at Play Expo. I had a little play on that. I used to have it when I was younger. That was £12. Some of these games can become quite rare, so I'm trying to pick up original Xbox games whilst they're at the cheapest. Serious Sam. Everyone who knows the Xbox knows this game. I used to have loads of fun on this game with my little brother. So again, I think that this is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm getting games. So in 3 months' time, I'm moving back to my hometown. So I'll get to use this room. Well, not this room, but it'll be a different room. I'll get to use it a lot more with my brothers and friends from home. That was £5. And Blinks I've never played. Again, £5. I just looked at it and thought I wouldn't mind giving it a go. I miss the old platform games. They don't seem to do them like they used to, or there isn't as many. Star Wars Battlefront 1. This was easily one of my most favourite games. That was £10, which isn't too bad because that went up over the last year or so on eBay. I think another store was selling it for £20. So yeah, brilliant, fantastic game. I'd still now rate it above the current gen Battlefront game. There's just so much more content on it. Graphics is brilliant, but it's graphics ain't everything. So and obviously the t-shirt which I'm wearing today. So again, the wife picked this out, little Pikachu t-shirt. Because they were selling obviously all sorts like that. Everyone's been going on about the fudge. It's a bit silly. It should be retro games more than anything. But I bought some of that fudge and it was really, really nice. So I'm kind of glad it was there. And that was it. I don't usually do my videos this long, so I'm trying to cut it down now. Once again, I'll say at the end, it was fantastic meeting everyone. I've not gone through I've mentioned a few names, but there was other names who, like people I sort of met briefly there, like Novabug. I've watched his videos for the last couple of years. I had a little, I spoke to him for about 5 seconds or so, but that, it was a good 5 seconds. Monkey Spaz 5000, I think I've been watching his videos probably for the longest. I love the start of his videos. I love his videos through and through. Again, I didn't really speak to Monkey Spaz, but we kind of acknowledged each other, sort of thing. I didn't spend enough time at the night time. I think that's when they came out. Who else? There was a few. I missed out on a few. So Stu I met very briefly. There was Cajones Deloro, who I missed because I think he went on the Saturday just before I got there, maybe, and Gus Newton. So there was other people I wish I had the time to meet, but lesson learned. I'll probably be there on the Friday next time. But yeah, if I've missed anyone out, you're probably not bothered anyway. But it was fantastic meeting everyone. If you saw me there and I spoke to you, and it was brilliant. I couldn't fault the whole weekend one little bit. So yeah, that's Blackpool. Like I said, I've no pictures, no clips or anything. So I mean, I took a few pictures, but nothing that you haven't seen already. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And if anyone's watching and wondering whether to go, I definitely recommend it. Even if you don't have a channel, just meet up with the guys, because it's a load of fun. And no matter who you are, you'll definitely you'll be welcome. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully try and get another video soon within the next week or so, as I have been a bit poor putting videos up lately. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.